Hey there, friends, it's Walt. So it's not at all unusual for us to hear from our clients, our colleagues, our friends that they are frustrated, that they want to get more done in less time. They're frustrated by their lack of productivity, that they're feeling frustrated by the amount of stuff that's coming at them, that they're always feeling distracted and overwhelmed, and as a result, stressed. And so today I want to share with you a simple productivity hack that is sure to unlock your superpowers. So I want to invite you to lean in right now and get a notebook and get ready to take this down, because it's really critical that you understand this hack. And this hack will cost you nothing to implement. Ready? Okay. Sleep more. Get more sleep. And this is not a toss-off a hack at all. This is a serious, this alone can change up the game for you. In the West, in North America, in Western Europe, in most of the developed world, we have a sleep famine, as Arianna Huffington, who wrote a great book called Sleep, refers to it, a sleep famine, which means that most of us, particularly most of us who are peak performers, are simply not getting enough sleep. And we tell ourselves, I know I did this for years as the managing partner of a law firm while I was raising my kids. I would tell myself I could get by on 5 or 6 hours of sleep. That's, I can muscle through it. And what's true of most of the people in our community is that we can muscle through just about anything. But what I'm passionate about is sustainable peak performance. What allows us to go the distance over time? And the research is really clear, really clear, that most of us need between 7 and 9 hours of sleep to perform at the top of our game, to be sharp, to be clear, to be resilient, to be resourceful. We need 7 to 9 hours. My sweet spot is about 7 3/4 hours, almost 8 hours a night. And I know with certainty that when I'm not getting that, I go off the rails. We were traveling recently internationally, just in the last few days, and I woke up one day earlier this week and jumped into my day, and wow, I was so fuzzy. I was so unclear. I was so unfocused, so easily distracted, and I'm thinking, what's wrong with me? I'm usually so on, so focused, so productive. And then I happened to look at my my watch application that told me that over the last 3 days I had averaged 3.5 hours of sleep. It was like, no kidding. So when we get enough sleep, we are resourceful, we are clear, we are focused, we're on fire. And when we're not, we're in the tank. And this is not just hyperbole. The research is really clear that when we don't get that sleep, we're damaging our health, we're damaging our acuity. And for those of you who are in professional services, the professional services world, I'm going to translate into the language that you can understand. A lack of acuity means higher error, which also means malpractice. And so we like to tell ourselves that we can get by. We like to tell ourselves that we can get through it. We tell ourselves that if we work longer, harder, faster, that if we bill more hours, we're going to be more productive. Well, there's research around that as well, that, after 55 hours a week of work, our productivity actually drops off the cliff exponentially, so that at 80 hours, we've really got no more done than had we worked just the 55 hours. And so we delude ourselves about how, if we stay busy and engaged and in it for the long haul, that we're going to be more productive, more profitable, and it's not true. So sleep is a really simple hack. And of course, some people have trouble with sleep. I understand. I've got friends and colleagues who have trouble sleeping. And some of that can be physiological, and some of that can be mindset, some of that can be simple practices. So one simple practice around getting a better night's sleep is shut down earlier, get off the grid earlier. When our mind is full of the stuff that's in our inbox, our businesses, our minds are just like racing when we hit the sack. So the earlier in the evening that you can walk away from that stuff, you know, if you could do a hard shutdown of your day at 6 or 7 p.m. and not go back to it the next day, your sleep would so significantly improve. In a similar way, if you're reading on a screen, even if you're reading for pleasure, even if it's pleasure reading, and you're reading late into the evening on a brightly lit LED screen, a backlit screen, that's going to screw up your sleep hormone. And so play with walking away from that, or reading a real book, or doing that earlier. Alcohol will also interrupt your sleep. You know, a lot of us tend, and I have this tendency too. I love a nice Malbec, but you know, if you tamp down the anxiety and stress of the day with an extra glass or 2 or 3 of that nice red wine, you'll detox it at 2 or 3 in the morning, and that will disrupt your sleep. And so there are, you know, so the sleep hormone is melatonin. You can supplement that. That will help with your sleep. So there are lots of things, actual strategies that you can do to help you sleep better. But the most important linchpin of all of this is realizing that sleep is the so simple and highest yield productivity hack on the planet. The best way to dial in what you need is next time you go on holiday, and of course we're coming up to holidays, so it might be a good time to experiment, is allow your body to tell you how much sleep you need. Don't set an alarm for a few days going. And your body will tell you. Your body is this amazing machine. It will tell you exactly what it needs. And the longer you do this, you'll find that you're not devolving into some sloth that's going to be sleeping all the time. I wake up nearly automatically every day without an alarm after 7 3/4 hours of sleep, and you'll find your sweet spot. But the important thing is to focus on this productivity hack. It will change everything for you, and you'll show up brighter, more clear, more focused, more resilient, more resourceful, more creative, more on fire about the important work that you get to do in the world. You'll serve at a higher level. You'll have a lot more joy and a lot more satisfaction at the end of the day. So sleep more. That's the key to unlocking your superpower. Make it a great rest of the day, great rest of the week. Talk soon.